The Silver Spring community and the region were shocked when the explosion at the Flower Branch apartment complex occurred. The fatal incident displaced hundreds of people, many of them were immigrants. Tonight, CASA will host a candlelight vigil to honor the victims and survivors. CTV's Katerra Jones is outside of the complex with more.
A vigil is set for tonight to honor the 7 people, including 2 children, that lost their lives in a gas explosion at this apartment complex back in 2016. Now, currently, construction is underway to rebuild the complex. However, organizers say there are still former tenants who are dealing with the traumatic events 3 years later.
Every time I come here and see this building, I reminiscent those the 3 years ago what happened.
Gurma Hudanju lived nearby and heard the explosion.
Everybody was in shock. Everybody. Some of them were still crying.
George Escobar from CASA says the survivors and the families of the victims are still seeking justice.
If this explosion would have happened in Potomac or would have happened in Bethesda, we would have had a different. We would have had a much different outcome if that was the case. These are low-income immigrants of color that were affected by this situation. We had people from Ethiopia, we had people from Guatemala, we had people from all nations represented in that building, and those are the folks that have been fighting for justice ever since then. We're going to gather tonight to commemorate the anniversary again in a vigil that's primarily going to be focused on the people that we lost. We lost 7 community members here who lost their lives, but also we had dozens of people injured and hundreds of people that were actually displaced.
Now that candlelight vigil to honor the lives lost will be here in front of the complex at 7 p.m. Reporting in Silver Spring, Katerra Jones, CTV News.
Organizers say Councilmember Tom Hucker, who represents this community, is expected to attend.